Dear friend, I hope this video finds you well. I know that you are excited about learning English, and I want to share with you some practical advice on how you can do that effectively. Learning a new language can seem like a big task, but it doesn't have to be difficult or overwhelming. With some patience, regular practice, and the right strategies, you can make good progress and have fun while doing it. Let me tell you how you can go about it. Start with the basics. The first thing I want to say is that it's important to start with the basics. Even if you already know a few words in English, it's essential to build a solid foundation. Begin by learning the English alphabet and understanding the sounds each letter makes. English pronunciation can be tricky, but if you focus on getting the sounds right from the start, it will help you later on. When you know the sounds of letters and words, speaking will become easier. Then, start learning the basic sentence structures. In English, we often follow a subject-verb-object pattern in sentences. For example, I, subject, eat, verb, an apple, object. Understanding this structure will help you put simple sentences together. Build vocabulary. Vocabulary is one of the most important parts of learning any language, and English is no different. If you don't know enough words, it will be difficult to express yourself clearly. The best way to learn vocabulary is by exposing yourself to the language as much as possible. Start by learning common words that you can use in daily life. For example, you can begin with words for things you see around you, like book, table, water, friend, family, etc. Once you get comfortable with these basic words, move on to more specific vocabulary related to your interests or needs. For instance, if you're learning English for travel, focus on words related to airports, hotels, and directions. If you are learning English for work, focus on vocabulary related to your job. You can also use flashcards to memorize new words. Write the English word on one side of the card and the translation, or a picture, on the other. Review these cards every day, and soon you'll find that you remember a lot more words. Improve listening skills. Listening is another key skill you need to develop. English is spoken differently in various countries, so listening will help you understand different accents and speaking styles. At the beginning, listening to English might feel difficult, but over time, your ears will get used to the sounds and rhythms of the language. A great way to improve listening is by watching movies, TV shows, and videos in English. Try to watch with subtitles at first so that you can follow along. Start with children's shows or simple videos, and gradually move on to more complicated content. As you listen, pay attention to how native speakers use words and phrases. You will start to notice patterns in the way they speak, which will help you understand them better. Podcasts are another good resource for improving your listening skills. There are many podcasts available on various topics, and you can choose the ones that interest you. The more you listen, the better you will become at understanding spoken English. Practice speaking. Speaking is perhaps the most challenging skill for many language learners, but it's also the most important one if you want to become fluent in English. The only way to improve your speaking is by practicing as much as you can. Start speaking to yourself in English. Describe your daily routine, your plans for the day, or anything you see around you. This might feel a little strange at first, but it's an excellent way to get used to forming sentences in your head and speaking them out loud. If possible, find someone to practice speaking with. You can find a language partner who speaks English, or you can use language exchange apps where you can chat with people in English and help them learn your language in return. If you don't know anyone to practice with, there are also online communities where learners practice English by having conversations with others. Don't be afraid to make mistakes while speaking. Mistakes are a normal part of learning, and they will help you improve. What matters most is that you keep speaking and trying. The more you speak, the more comfortable you'll become. Read regularly. Reading is another excellent way to improve your English. Start by reading things that are simple and interesting. You can try reading children's books, which are usually written with simple language. As you get more comfortable with reading, try more advanced texts, such as novels, news articles, or blogs. When reading, try to focus not only on understanding the meaning of the words but also on how sentences are structured. Pay attention to grammar and how words are used in context. If you come across any words you don't know, write them down, look up their meanings, and try to use them in your own sentences. One useful tip is to set aside a specific time each day to read in English. It doesn't need to be long, just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. Choose something that you enjoy reading, whether it's a book, a newspaper, or an online article. The more you read, the more vocabulary and grammar you'll learn. Write in English. Writing is a great way to practice what you've learned and to get your thoughts in order. It's normal for beginners to struggle with writing at first, but don't let that stop you. Start small. Write short sentences or simple diary entries about your day. You can also write short emails or letters in English to your friends or family members. Over time, try to write longer pieces. This could be a summary of a book or movie you watched, or an essay on a topic you're interested in. When you write, try to use new vocabulary and grammar rules that you've learned. After writing, go back and check your work for mistakes. This will help you improve. If you can, ask someone who speaks English to check your writing and give you feedback. They can help point out areas where you can improve, and you'll learn from their suggestions. Learn grammar. Grammar is the structure that holds a language together, and learning English grammar will help you speak and write more clearly. English grammar can seem complicated at times, but don't let that discourage you. Start with the basics, such as understanding verb tenses, subject-verb agreement, and sentence structure. There are many online resources and grammar books that can help you with this. Try to study a little bit of grammar each day, and use what you learn in your speaking and writing. Practice makes perfect, so the more you apply the grammar rules, the more natural it will become. Use technology. In today's world, technology can make language learning a lot easier. There are many apps and websites that can help you learn English. Some of these apps focus on vocabulary, while others focus on grammar, listening, or speaking. Duolingo, Memrise, and Babbel are just a few examples of apps that you can use to practice. You can also watch English language videos with subtitles on YouTube, or use online dictionaries to look up words. Technology is a great way to immerse yourself in English, even if you don't have access to a teacher or a class. Stay motivated. Finally, the most important thing to remember is to stay motivated. Learning a language is a long process, and you will face challenges along the way. Sometimes you might feel like you're not improving fast enough, or you might get frustrated. That's normal, but don't give up. Celebrate the small victories, like when you understand a conversation or use a new word correctly. These are the moments that show you're making progress. Try setting small, achievable goals for yourself. For example, you might set a goal to learn 10 new words each week or to write a short story in English. As you reach these goals, you'll feel proud of your progress and stay motivated to continue learning. Conclusion: learning English may take time, but with dedication, patience, and the right approach, you can make steady progress and become fluent in the language. Remember to practice every day, expose yourself to English as much as possible, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Over time, you will become more confident and skilled in English, and you'll be able to communicate with people around the world. Good luck on your learning journey. I believe in you, and I'm sure you can do it.